Today, we're talking meal prep. Hey guys, Kira here from 50 Shades of Mom, back to share with you guys my very first meal prep video. So I'm really excited to share this with you guys because I meal prep every week. I just don't normally film it and share it. But it's exciting to me because it's something that I love to do. I love to set myself up for success. So this video became inspired by a phone conversation I was having with my cousin on the phone, just chit-chatting with her while I was meal prepping in my kitchen. And she said, you know, I really would love to meal prep. I would love to do what you're doing right now and set myself up for the week and for success, but my only free day is a Sunday, and I'm just not willing to sacrifice my only day off to be in the kitchen all day. And it got me thinking, how many people have that mindset? How many people are intimidated by meal prep because they have very little time and they don't want to spend all of their time that they have, that precious little time, in the kitchen? Well, you don't have to. Every day we're in the kitchen anyway, preparing our meals and preparing our dinners and lunches and breakfast for ourselves and for our family members. And while we're there, each day we can do something very small to set ourselves up for the rest of the week. So I want to take you guys with me on a regular given week on a Monday through Friday and what I did each day to set myself up for a power week of success. Okay guys, so here we are at Monday, my first day of the week, and generally we do breakfast on Mondays. I started doing this fairly recently just because I do my grocery shopping over the weekend and it's the time when my produce is most fresh. So on this given day, we are having cantaloupe along with our French toast for breakfast. So we're definitely not going to eat an entire cantaloupe for our dinner, but I cut the entire thing and just threw it in a Tupperware. And whatever we don't eat, we will eat on for the rest of the week. Now I'm starting my French toast. I actually have a cooking video on this where I make French toast and then I turn the French toast into Monte Cristos, which happens to be one of my favorite recipes. So I'm not going to go into too much detail with that. I'll make sure to link it below for you. But what inspired this was that brioche bread. I love that brioche bread. I get some from Trader Joe's, but if I can't get it from there, I get it from Aldi's. And it's absolutely delicious. It's very buttery and dense and perfect for French toast. So this time I decided to make the entire loaf. We would never use the entire loaf in one sitting, but whatever we don't use, I'm going to freeze and just store for easy breakfasts in the morning. You guys, I am absolutely obsessed with those copper pans. I don't think I've used any other pan in my house since I've gotten them. I do have a review on them, so I'll link them below, but that's a fairly old video. Take it from me now, even a year and a half later, I'm obsessed with them. I've bought more. They're perfect. You don't even need butter or anything in the bottom of the pan. Nothing sticks to it. They cook phenomenal. I'm very, very, very impressed with these pans. So check out the Copper Chef pans. You will not be disappointed. Okay, French toast is done. One lonely piece of French toast left from meal prep, so I knew it was time to make it, and whatever we don't eat, I'll throw back in that bag and throw in the freezer. So my last bit of meal prep for the day is making banana bread. This is a little bit time consuming than just doing something quickly, but I had 3 bananas that were like do or die. They were practically liquid. So it was either that or throw them in the garbage. So I decided to make some quick banana bread. I actually do have a recipe for this as well. I made a video on these. This is actually the Starbucks copycat banana nut chocolate chip muffin bread thing that they have. Either way, it's stinking fantastic. So I put that together and I threw that in my pretty little pumpkin. Wait till you guys see my pumpkin pan. I got that from my shower, my bridal shower, and I absolutely love it. I get excited during this time of year when I get to pull it out and make something pumpkin shaped. So I got to make pumpkin shaped banana bread, and we will eat on this for breakfast for a couple of days. So here's where I went wrong. I put a little bit of those chocolate chips on top, and sometimes I mix them in, but this time I mixed in nuts and I just put the chocolate chips on top. I should have pushed them down a little bit. They didn't bake into the bread as much as I would have liked. So next time I put it on as a topping, I just know I have to push it down underneath a little bit. We are on Tuesday, guys, and it is Taco Tuesday in our house, except I was making taco soup, which you guys have already seen that video. I put that out talking about our cookbook and shared that recipe for the taco soup, and I'll make sure to link that for you guys as well. But the recipe only called for 1.5 pounds of ground beef, and I had 2¼ pounds in the pan. So I decided to cook what I needed for the recipe and then cook what I didn't need separately, and I'm using that for Jake's lunch and the kiddos' lunches for the next day. If you guys saw my grocery haul, I got these organic great value blocks of cheese on a super discount, $1. So I decided to grate my own cheese this week and make my own Mexi melt. So I got blocks of white cheddar and blocks of Kobe. And this is my Amani chopper. I've used it for chopping, but it has a great function and I was dying to try it. But as you can see, I had to switch out the blade. I went from a thinner to a thicker grate, thinking that maybe that was the problem. But these organic low moisture cheeses are just so soft that certain things just do not work. As you can see here, I'm literally taking my hand and smushing the cheese through the grate in order to get some kind of grated cheese. But I didn't purchase grated cheese for the week. We needed it, and we were having taco soup that night, so we needed grated cheese. So it took a little while. I had to ditch the Amani and go to my regular chopper, but I finally got the cheese grated, and now I'm going to head over and set up Jake's lunch. So this really helped for the next day. Nachos are one of his favorite things. So I put the chips in the bottom, and then I've been putting the cheese and meat separate because he says it's been making the chips soft in the refrigerator if I put them together ahead of time. So I packed the cheese and meat in one bag and threw it in his Tupperware, and then the rest of the ground beef I put in a sandwich bag that I'm going to use to give the kiddos tacos for lunch tomorrow. Since I already had most of Jake's lunch set up, I decided to finish the rest. So I just cut him up a couple of tomatoes, and I'm gonna throw some sour cream in that Tupperware. That's like Jake's ultimate lunch right there. So I knew he was going to be ecstatic. And these are the Mainstay Tupperware. Mainstay is Walmart brand. This was like $5, you guys, and it came with that long one, that big one. They snap it together like Legos, and then it came with 2 smaller ones and a cooler pack for like $5. Amazing. Now here was the banana bread that we cooked the next day. I let it cool overnight, and we ate on it the next day for breakfast and snacks. And this is just what was left over that I threw in a Tupperware, and I just threw that in the cabinet for us to continue eating on for the rest of the week. Okay guys, so now we're at Wednesday, and for the last couple of weeks, Daryl has had off on Wednesdays and Thursdays. So we were busy doing other things, and I didn't have too much time to invest in meal prep. But one thing I promised Mason we would do is bake some cookies together. He has speech on Thursdays, and he wants to start bringing in like a Halloween treat for the other kids in his speech class for the rest of the month of October. So I told him we absolutely can do that, and today we were going to make some chocolate chip cookies. I got this box mix from the Dollar Tree, and then we were going to top it with some candy corn and make it festive. You can tell we already added the chocolate component because Mason is licking the spoon and loving every minute of it. I mean, can you even with that face? So handsome. I love being in the kitchen with my kids, especially Mason. He's at the perfect age right now where I can teach him how to do something and then he'll follow right behind me. So I showed him how to add the candy corn on top, and we had perfect mom-son teamwork, and we banged out one large pan and then a few extra cookies on another pan, and we baked them in the oven and we waited for them to cool, and then we packaged them up for him to take to school the next day. Here's a little clip of him getting into the car with the cookies for his classmates, and there's my daughter in the back with just one shoe. I can't with my kids. After the kids went to sleep, I took just a few more minutes to set myself up, and I had to put the chicken in the freezer. This is the chicken that I bought over the weekend, and I only had a couple of more days left on the expiration date before it needed to be frozen. So I quickly bagged them up. I put 3 pieces in each bag, and then I had 1 piece left over. So I ended up throwing just that 1 piece in another bag, which that's the kind of piece that I would use on a night when we're going to have something like chicken Caesar salads or chicken quesadillas. I'll make up that 1 piece of chicken and dice it and use it for that. So that was it for my meal prep for Wednesday. Pretty simple, but I definitely got myself set up on some well-needed prep. Now we're on to Thursday, and again, Daryl has off, so I have minimal time to do prep, but I wanted to get some extra produce done. We were out of our berries and our cantaloupe that I got and prepped earlier in the week, and we had some produce that was going to go bad. These were the carrot spirals that I got from Trader Joe's, and I needed this for that broccoli apple salad that I made, which was so divine. I will link that recipe as well. That was my few fall luncheon treats that I made, and now they were going to go bad, so I decided to cut up the spirals into pieces and freeze them for soups or any other recipes that I would want to use them for. And then I moved on to the watermelon. My kids love watermelon, but that cantaloupe was a little bit more ripe than the watermelon was, so I chose to cut the cantaloupe first and then prep the watermelon in the middle of the week. But watermelon doesn't last in my house, and I'm going to keep getting watermelon each week until I can't get it anymore. I know once it gets like deep into the winter, it's almost impossible to find a watermelon, but this is definitely my kids' favorite fruit, and I'm not gonna lie, Mom could put away some watermelon herself. And lastly, I wanted to cut the pineapple. I was so excited about cutting this pineapple during my prep video because I really wanted to show you guys my pineapple slicer. I love this thing. I got it for like $5 or $6 on Amazon, so I'll link it for you. But this was an epic fail. Believe me, this works. I've actually shown it on my Instagram where I've pulled this thing out with full ring slices, but this was a little too ripe, so it just kind of mutilated it. I definitely was able to salvage the pieces, and my kids love pineapple, so we ate on it all week. It did not go to waste, but it wasn't that wow factor. I wanted to pull that thing out and have you guys be like, wow, that's awesome, look at that thing go. I promise you it does do that, and I will in the future get it again where I can nail it and show you guys, or you can follow me on my Instagram because I do share it there often whenever I cut a pineapple, but I promise you it works. I was a little sad that it was a disappointment. So with an additional spare 5 minutes, I wanted to put away the pot pies that we made the night before. I made 2 pot pies and we ate 5 pieces, so I had 3 pieces left. So I got out my food saver. This is not a sponsored video, but I absolutely love that food saver. My mother-in-law got it for me for Christmas. Amazing. And I made sure to vacuum seal all those pot pie pieces and throw them in the freezer. My dad loves beef pot pie, so I know when he comes and stays at the end of the month, we'll be able to eat on that for a lunch. Okay guys, so we're on to Friday, and a big part of my Friday is more meal planning than meal prep. But we were doing pizza that night, and the kids wanted peppers and onions on their pizza. So I got out my big bag of sweet peppers. I love these sweet peppers. I wish this was a sponsored video for those sweet peppers because I would rock that video. These peppers are bomb, but they started to go bad, so I cut the entire bag and put some on the pizza, and then whatever was left over I threw in that sandwich bag, knowing that we are going to have steak sandwich later on in the week. So here we are in my freezer, and I'm just checking to see what I have. So I have a couple of pounds of ground beef. There's the steak for that steak sandwich. I have some meat water in case I want to make stroganoff. I have that sausage, but that's for sausage gravy. And then I have some chicken and bacon. So good mindset going into what I need for the next week. And then here's my dry storage. I have an entire video of me setting this up and this becoming a pantry. This used to be a coat closet. So I will make sure to link that if you guys want to check it out. But one side is where I have all of my spices, my dry goods, my baking. And then on this side is where I keep my other things. So the top is where I keep chips. And then the next shelf is more like the snacky kind of foods. Here in this corner, I'm just going to check to see if I have chicken broth. Never can have too much broth. I see taco shells, so I know I want to keep tacos on the menu. I'm checking inventory for pastas. I have a couple of spaghettis and an orzo. I still have a penny left over from Trader Joe's. And then I have those vegetable spuds that I just bought. And then I still have some Bear Creek mac and cheese. I'm like holding on to those last few. I don't want to let go. Looking over my condiments here, I think I'm pretty set. I don't see anything I need other than chocolate syrup. Looks like I'm good on potatoes, but I may want to grab another onion. One of those looks like it's starting to turn, and I only have 2 left, and I use a lot of onions for cooking. The snack bin is looking a little bare as well, but I usually do a lot of stock up at BJ's, so I'm waiting for that. And we're good on cereal. So that's it on inventory. Now it's time to meal prep. So here's my carry-out meal planner. I absolutely love this. I have a permanent discount code for saving 10% off at checkout. They can be a little pricey, you guys, but hold off on buying them anyways. All of her new covers come out during this month, so she should be releasing her new ones. They do run about $40, but if that's not something that you want to spend, she has a mini one that's cheaper, and then she also has a digital version that you can print yourself and put in your own binder. I do usually use the notes page in the back and kind of work through my meal plan before I copy it over to the front. So I wrote down the few that I knew I already had, and then I went to my Pinterest board. So I immediately pin things all the time on my dinner board. So I went to check to see what I was in the mood for. I did see a taco recipe, which reminded me that I knew I wanted to make tacos, but I hadn't added them. So I made some changes in the menu and added tacos. And then I decided on a new recipe. So you guys will see that in the meal plan. I'm excited for that. And then once I realized I didn't see anything else that I wanted to grab from Pinterest, I did what I love to do, and that was go to YouTube. So I was in the middle of watching my friend Jennifer Chapin here on YouTube. I was in the middle of watching her grocery haul, and I was just about at her going over her meal plan. Now between Jen and Leanne and Vanessa and all of my girls that meal plan, they help inspire me. So that's part of the reason why we do this, because we hope we can inspire you. So I will watch the last few meal plans of my girls and see what inspires me. Now Jen was making broccoli and cheddar soup. My family wouldn't eat that, but I did realize that I had still one of those soup starters from the Dollar Tree in my cabinet. So I decided, all right, instead I'll do some chicken noodle soup. So we're going to have that on the menu. And I'm showing you here, guys, that I liked Jen's video, and then now I'm commenting. It is so important for a creator for you guys to hit that like button and comment down below. It just shows us that what we're sharing is of value to you. And it really is important, and I just wanted to point that out because I know it means the world to me, and I'm sure that it means the world to anybody else who's putting on a video. So next I decided to hop over to my friend Anchor Amber here on YouTube. She had just put out her first what's for dinner video, and I remember there being a few recipes that she had made in that what's for dinner video that spawned an idea of me wanting to make something this coming up a week. However, after watching the video, the few things I wanted to make weren't really going to fit into my meal plan this week, but it did remind me that I have Dollar Tree cookbooks. So I closed my eyes and picked one, and I picked out the Food for Dudes cookbook. And I'm excited about this because this is going to be a segment that just Daryl is going to do on the channel. I'll be in it and kind of guiding him through, but this is a recipe he's going to cook. So we did end up choosing something I know he's really going to love. So you guys will see that in the meal plan. And then I went and checked our schedule. So this shows me my month at a glance, if we have any doctor's appointments going on or what I have on my YouTube schedule. And I forgot that this coming up week is Food Hack Friday. So I know that I have to grab my food hack book and incorporate that into the meal plan somehow so that it's made and in time and edited for Friday. So I did grab my food hack book, and then I went onto my playlist on my YouTube to see where we were at. This book has breakfast hacks, snack hacks, meal hacks, and side dish hacks, and I've been rotating each episode. So we were at side dish hacks, which there is very few side dish hacks, so we're going to run out of that fairly quickly, but I chose something that I think is going to be really delicious, and I think it's going to fit in with our meal plan really well. So once I chose what I wanted, I just kind of picked where in the meal plan I can work that in. I made sure to add that ingredients immediately to my Walmart grocery pickup, and we are good to go. So I'm excited about that. And then now my meal plan is done, you guys. So what's the fun part? It's sticker time. So now I just spend some time. This is super therapeutic for me. I go through each one and find what works best for me. A lot of these stickers I think are going to be more fun when I actually start using my day planner. I bought one of those day planners from Carriel that actually matches my meal planner. The problem is it's a little big for me. I think even my meal planner I may downsize next year to the mini. I like to do a lot of work on the go when Mason has any kind of doctor's appointments or speech therapies, or Jake has an appointment. I kind of love to bring those things with me and work on the go, and these books are just too big. I cannot bring my day planner with me in my bag and make appointments when it's this big. So I think that next time I may downgrade to the mini or Nicole Burgess and Madison Pippins, and even a few things Vanessa has picked up for me. They've all picked me up that binder stuff that comes from the Dollar Tree. So I'm excited to get those items and put them together. I'm hoping that those things will inspire a day planner for me, and I'll be able to use more of those stickers. But for now, I've just been using them in my meal planner, and it definitely makes, when I keep it on my countertop and I'm referring to it all week long, it definitely makes it cheerful for me, and I keep little inspirational notes, and it makes me feel good and seasonal. So that's kind of it for my meal planning process, you guys. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this first meal prep video. I wanted to show you guys that you don't have to be overwhelmed by meal prep. If you don't love being in the kitchen, it doesn't have to be that hard. You can do little things every day to make your weeks ahead, or your week that you're in currently, just go ahead smoother. So thank you again, like I said, so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. If you guys are new here, hit the subscribe button. I'm going to do a lot more meal prep videos in the future. For everybody else, guys, you know I love you so much, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.